Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. This is your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education to kick your day off just right. My name is Chef Katrina. I'm the Director of Client Experience here for Elite Marketing Pro. And today I've got an amazing topic to talk to you about because this is going to pertain to just about everything you do in business, whether it's blogging, whether it's network marketing, whether it's direct sales, whatever it is. The topic we're going to be talking about is probably one that's near and dear to me right now more than anything else. You know, I love doing the Daily Dose of Awesome because a lot of the times it's basically what I'm kind of dealing with in business, in my life, everything else. Hey Ed, hey Melinda, excited you guys are here hanging out with me. So we're going to talk about planning the work and working the plan. This is a conversation that has come up multiple times. This is something that I'm definitely getting firsthand experience around, especially when we're planning a fairly large live event coming up in Las Vegas very shortly I've got on my calendar, we're about 15 days out from the No Excuses event in Las Vegas. So super excited about that. Hey Robert, how are you? I see Carl's on here, Luke's on here, Bev is on here. What up? So planning the work and working your plan. I think this is one thing that typically is the hardest thing to do. I know for myself, and if you guys can relate, I want like a 1. If you guys can relate, the hardest thing I actually had to do was plan. Actually putting stuff on my schedule was like the most confounding, constricting, aggravating part of my day. So is anybody like opposed to scheduling? Is anybody here that's like, you see a calendar and putting stuff on it just makes you feel like you're blocked in, that you have like no time freedom, you don't feel like you can be, you know, where you want in your business if you've got to put it on your calendar? I mean, like, how frustrating can that possibly be? Yeah, I see a lot of you guys, Carl's like, hand is like, yeah, definitely a 1, right? Like, it's tough to create the plan and then stick by it because we are taught in the network marketing industry and in life in general, guys, that we want the lifestyle, the laptop lifestyle, where we are free to do whatever we want, whenever we want. And that is something we all strive for. It's like a daily thing for us, right? I want to be flexible. How many here want to be flexible, right? Yeah, like life gets in the way. We've got emergencies that pop up. I've got kids. I've got just life, right? All of a sudden I've got an emergency, I've got to go shopping. All these things happen in our day to day, right? So I'm like, I get the whole process behind that, right? But here's the one thing that I've discovered. I have been in a lot of leadership development classes over the last year. I have been in multiple things, especially planning this live event. And the one thing I will tell you guys, the one thing that I've definitely learned is that you have to plan to work, and then you got to look at working the plan. So one of the things I've started working on, especially with our fast track members, so you guys are kind of getting a little insider secret here. One of the things that I've been really working on with them to keep them in action, right, is what are your commitments? And what I mean by commitments is like, what are you going to be up to in your business? So ideally I take this and I look at it from a bird's eye view. I look at it from up here first. So what I do is I say, okay, let's start with a 90-day game plan. Ideally your game plan should be set up into 90-day stretches, right? So what do you want to accomplish? And just I want to hear from you guys. What would you like to accomplish over the next 90 days in your business? And I want like honest truth. It could be I want to just recruit one person in my business. I want to make my first $100 online. I want to know what it is. What is it that you want to achieve in the next 90 days? Because 90 days is really critical. And it's funny because now that I've started implementing these like quadrants, right? I divide my year into 4 different quadrants, and every quadrant is 90 days, right? I got a first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of my business. So how many of you guys, if you looked at 90 days, I mean, realistically, 90 days is probably the magic number. Whether you're in network marketing, whether you're here with us as an affiliate marketer. So what is it you guys want to, so make your first $1,000 online in 90 days. Okay, so first $1,000 month in 90 days. So Mary Carl's your first $1,000 month. For those in the network marketing industry, take a look at how many people you'd like to have you join you in your business. Do you want one high producing team member, or are you okay with having, 5 or 6 okay producing team members? And I want you to be honest. The moment you declare that on this live, the moment you say, hey, this is what I want to do, you are actually making a statement or declaration into the So in the next 90 days, realistically, can you get to 50 leads a day? Absolutely, right? So we're looking at what are you up to in your business. So we got $1,000 a month. We've got 50 leads a day. What are some other commitments, some of the things goal-wise that you guys would like to look at that you can achieve in the next 90 days? That's 3 months. That is some work, right? Robert knows this. Brandy knows this. Some of you guys know this for sure. And this is what we kind of teach in here. So, Jarek, you want to sponsor 15 new people in 90 days. That is completely possible. Now that you've declared that, it's on here. Guys, it's definitely scary to declare what you want to be up to in 90 days. I remember the first time I did it, and I was on a training with Tim Irway, freaked me out to put that out there. I think I hovered over the post button for like 20 minutes before I actually did it, right? So you got 1 sale a day. We've got Carl saying I want 500 subscribers on my list in 90 days. That is completely possible. Sarah's 16 new distributors on my MLM. Get this webinar launched. So we all have different expectations going on right now. 20K a month. All right. So now you guys have something to work for. You guys are looking at, okay, what can I possibly achieve? And the good thing about this is that this is just what is possible, right? Now we're going to work backwards, right? This is like what Tim Irway talks about inside the SMART goal, when we talk about this inside the Ignition training that you guys go through. And we even talk about this a little bit inside the Attraction Marketing Formula, right? 20 sales a day, 10 new consultants in the next 90 days. So let's work backwards. So if that is your goal for the next 90 days, what actions can you be taking in 30 days to help you achieve that goal? What are some of the actions that you would have to take to get in front of your people, to be able to be seen by your audience? What value are you providing out there? And this could be a couple of different things, right? So we are taking the 90-day structure, we're breaking it down into basically 3 parts, right? So in your first 30 days, this is the critical. This is where you start pedaling the bike, right? We're like, ooh, all right, we start pedaling the bike. We're getting the momentum going. So what are some of the things that you can do in your first 30 days? So here's some tips, okay? One of the things I typically see in the first 30 days, especially if you're in that 90-day stretch, is I'm going to be engaging on my Facebook page. And ideally, my next question is like, how often do you plan to engage on your Facebook page? Idealistically, we want to see about 3 times a day. So if you did 3 posts a day on your Facebook page, over the next 30 days, you would have a total of 90 posts on your page, which is outstanding. So now you have kind of like an idea. How many times a day do you have to take an action? Over a course of 30 days, it should produce a 90 post to your Facebook page, right? So that's action step number 1. What could be a second action you might take in your business? And again, this really depends on you and what you want to accomplish in your business. From some of you, it could be you're running an ad on Facebook. That is an action that's getting you those leads. For those of you that said, I want to make, 500 leads, or I want to get 500 people on my email list. Lead generation is one of them, and you've got the tool of Attraction Marketing Formula or Social Media Recruiter that you can promote that will allow you to start building your list, will start allowing you to have those engagements, right? So I would say, Sarah, what we're talking about is that we want 3 posts a day on your Facebook page. We want on your business page. This is not your profile page. This is not inside of your group. This is ideally out in public where you can kind of be found on Facebook is ideally where you're looking at. So you want to be engaging your audience. What do 3 posts look like? Great question. This is all covered inside of Social Media Recruiter. Actually, Julie does an incredible job about covering a lot of like, what do you post? How often do you post? What should be on your business page? So if you haven't gotten a chance to do that one, I highly recommend you go check out Social Media Recruiter for those tips and trainings around that, because this 30-day process really does push you forward, okay? So we could be posting on your Facebook page. You'd be running and testing ads. Typically what I see in my first 30 days working with my clients is like test 1 to 2 new ads over the next 30 days, right? Because you guys are learning the skill of marketing, and the best way to improve your marketing is by taking action on these skills, right? And yes, you're going to have some failure. Yes, you're going to have some success. But testing out ads is one of the best things you can do. That's why we talk about it inside of our module number 6. That's why we talk about it inside of the My Training section of My Elite Hub. Under Intermediate, we show you how to get your likes campaign going. Like, all of that is action. Those are things that are going to produce results, right? There's other actions you can take. I've seen many of you guys jump in and take on Facebook Lives, right? You're like, yes, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. So you have an opportunity to say, well, how often do I want to do a Facebook Live? For some of you, it could be once a week. Take it on, right? For others of you, you're like, I'm full on. I'm going to take this. We're going 5 times a week. We're going to go every single day. But if you look realistically at doing a Facebook Live a week, that's 4 Facebook Lives that you would have achieved and accomplished in your business in 30 days. When you can take those kind of results and really track what you're doing, that is when I've seen most people have the greatest success, because they're looking at what it is they're doing. They're able to track metrics, right? They know how many new likes they're getting to their fan page, right? They're learning how to do Facebook Lives. They're learning how to create an ad. They're learning about engagement. And all this creates an incredible momentum in your first 30 days. And then what you do is you look at that. At the end of 30 days, what worked? What didn't work? What did you accomplish? And what is it that maybe you want to adjust or tweak, or maybe you're ready to add on something new? And that's what the excitement is around this, right? Guys, planning the work and working the plan is the big thing. You guys have all planned the work. You said at the end of 90 days, I wanted to get 10 new consultants, 20 sales a day. I wanted to build my email list to 500 people. So you've actually said there that you've planned the work. Now the goal is to work that plan. What is it that you might have to do in business to achieve that, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at inside of this, right? Is this helping you guys? Is this kind of giving you an idea of where to go? Because it's really critical that the actions be congruent. I get a lot of people that say this isn't working for me. And typically what I find is that they don't have a strategy or an action plan in place that will help them move forward. And like I said, if you guys are learning that first 30 days, even if you've been inside this program for a while, so I'm seeing lots of love, lots of good stuff around this. Even if you've been inside of this training for a while, you could have been in it for a month, 6 months, a year. What I love about this is that you can always go back to this 90-day game plan. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you have no direction, if you're feeling like everything is coming crashing down on you, then what you can do is like, okay, what's my 90-day game plan? And just start today. It doesn't matter that today is the 23rd. Count out 90 days from today and say, this is my game plan. In 90 days, I want to do this. So what do I got to look at for my first 30 days? And then what do I look at after 30 days, my next 30 days? And what's the next 30 days? And trust me, I promise you that time is going to go by very quickly. And what's really cool is that when you look back 90 days, you're going to have so much action that you've taken. You're going to have so much growth that has happened that when you look at it, you may have exceeded what you put down as your goal. You may be just short of it, but commend yourself. Celebrate the win. Celebrate the fact that you've increased your Facebook page likes. Celebrate the fact that you've built an ad, right? Celebrate the fact that you're doing Facebook Lives if that's what you're doing. Celebrate these because it is so, so important that you nail down just 2 to 3 actions a day. You don't have to do everything, right? There's going to be actions you're taking in your business. And while you're taking actions like we've discussed so far, that's for your audience, right? And then one thing that I recommend doing is, what are you doing to invest in yourself? What are you doing to continue your education so that you can give value, so you can write blog posts, so you can come up with new content? So I always say, what is it that you're investing in yourself? For those of you guys that are VIP members, you have a massive library of information at your fingertips. Now, if you're a VIP member of Elite Marketing Pro, the one product I absolutely love that you guys should be going through is the 10-minute traffic machine. That is like your hand-holding guide for your first 90 days in this business and beyond. And I really do recommend that and really do be a stand behind that, because that training is critical to your success as you build your network marketing business, as you build your brand, as you build your presence online. That is the guide that's going to take you along the way. And it could be that Your self-education is just taking on module number 1, right? I know for many of you guys, and so I just want to know, like for me, I usually read about 15 minutes a day. Usually that gives me about a couple pages to read through. So I'm not like setting goals around how many books I'm reading in a month, but usually it's like, okay, I'm spending 15 minutes a day. I'm feeding this, right? I'm putting information in so that I can continue to push information out. So, you know, that is the best part around what you're doing with this, is that are you guys not only providing value to people, and I guess that's why people get stuck, is like, well, what's value? Well, what are you taking in, right? What events are you going to? Like, no excuses, right? Live events are an amazing place to get a lot of content that can fuel you for 90 plus days. Going through training in your back office, going through the attraction marketing formula, taking on the training of Social Media Recruiter. You don't have to do it all, but take the course on, and don't just take it on to learn it, but take it on to implement it. Then create the actions around that. And you guys, I promise you, if you can create your 90-day vision with your 30-day game plan and reevaluate every 30 days over that 90 days what is actually taking in your business, you guys are going to have an incredible momentum that's going to carry you through the rest of the year. Yeah, invest, learn, share, but you've got to be able to take action for yourself to invest, and you've got to be able to put action out there so that people know what you're up to. You know, the silent network marketer isn't going to build a business. It just doesn't work. And so I request that you go out and you start learning and you provide the value of what you're learning, because remember this, as you're learning, there is just as many people that are in the beginning part of their business where you were at than they are where like a Fernie's at or a Tim Irway's at. That is such a small percentage of people at that level, because those are the people that have committed to continuously building their business over a very long period of time. So if you guys got value out of today's daily dose of awesome, just say yes. Hopefully you guys now have a game plan. Yes, I know Carrie's like, I've been very focused on my action plans. Robert's like, how funny it is to look at your first Facebook Live and how far you come. Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, I've grown so much, right? So yeah, so great. So this is what I want you guys to look at, is just take on your business, go 90 days, break it down, what actions need to be done by you to produce the results that you want to achieve in those 90 days. Because you guys are all capable of it. Mary says yes, Nicole says yes, Melinda, you're a yes, Jan is a yes, Pedro is a yes, Brandy is a good reminder, of course. So take this on, and remember that this is definitely a marathon. This is a journey that you're going to be on, not just for 90 days, but this is a 90-day cycle you're going to continue moving forward with in your business. So if you want to build a business and be like some of these top leaders, look at this as your 90-day game plan that you're going to be taking on for the next 5 to 10 years, because that is where the excitement in your business is going to be. That's where the fun takes place, is that when you can look back and tell that story of, oh yeah, remember when? Those are the stories you guys like to hear from us. Trust me when I say those are the stories that your audience are going to love to hear from you as you continue to build your business. With that, guys, I want to thank you for joining me here on the Daily Dose of Awesome. Make sure you guys are talking about Social Media Recruiter. I think in terms of being in action, that is probably the training I would recommend around this Daily Dose of Awesome when you're sharing this, because it really truly is connecting people to the actions. And I know Social Media Recruiter is all about action steps you can be taking in your business. And with that, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a blast. And I hope to see many of you in a couple of weeks at No Excuses 8 in Las Vegas. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.